Today I'm returning to my watercolor journal, working loosely in ink and watercolor, drawing straight onto the page and letting the marks guide me. If you'd like to paint along, the outline and reference are waiting for you free over on Patreon. So let's set the scene. I'm working with my Kaweko ink pen today, but you can use any pen you like, but this time I'm using a waterproof ink so that the ink doesn't bleed onto the watercolor paper. You are more than welcome to trace down your outline if you feel a little bit more comfortable, because I know it can be slightly daunting to draw straight onto that watercolor paper. The reason I enjoy it so much is because I make the mistakes work for me. In other words, I'm not trying to draw anything perfect, it's just about making marks onto the paper. The sketchbook that I'm using today is from the Beetle sketchbook from Deep Light. It's a handmade paper, but please use any paper that you have. It doesn't have to be this type of paper, it just fits nicely into my journal cover here. And I'm trying to create a journal that I can look back on and just look at my progress, the different paintings that I'm doing. And this is a really beautiful paper to work on with watercolor and ink because it's both smooth and rough at the same time. It's rather unique. It has this really kind of vintage look that I think lends itself really well to this kind of painting. You can see the magnolia bud that I painted on the opposite page. It was just a little doodle I did the other day when I was just feeling a little bit, I don't know, I needed something to do, and I thought this blossom flower would really look pretty on the adjacent page, so that's why we're doing it today. And remember, the outline and the reference photograph are yours for free and to keep if you just go over to my Patreon, and you can grab it for free over there. So I'm just drawing a simple shape. It isn't botanically accurate. It doesn't have to be. That's not what this style of painting is about. It's about slowing everything right down and not being scared to get things, quotes, wrong, because there isn't a right or wrong way of doing this. If you want to join in with me and you're painting freehand as I am, the paintings will inevitably look really, really different. You can work from the outline that I supply you with, or you can use the reference as a guide, or you can follow along with me as I put the pen onto the paper and make marks as I go along. Just look at that sunshine bursting through the window as I'm drawing. It's such a beautiful sunny day, and doesn't it look lovely? Well, I'm applying a little bit of watercolor to this painting. I don't want it to be overly saturated with paint. The paints I'm using for interest are from Deep Light. They are Ray's Blooms palette, and if you did want to check them out, I will put them in the description box along with a discount code. So if you did want to treat yourself, you can, but you can use any colors. Look, this isn't about being accurate or having exactly the same colors as me. I'm sure you've got a brown, a pink, a green and a yellow paint that you can paint along with. You don't need to get these. The colour I'm using is called Captain's Grey. It is one of my firm favourites. In fact, I did use similar colours on the magnolia bud that you can see on the other page there. I wanted them to look kind of cohesive together, something I can look back on and cherish. So that first layer is applied, and then I'm just dropping in a thicker mix of the same colour using my Tintoretto brush so that it just gives it a little bit of contrast. Before we carry on, I just want to gently mention that if you'd like to follow along with the piece I'm doing, you can get that free reference on Patreon. But I do have a paid Patreon content, which my paid Patreon content is quite different from this. It's where I teach my more structured botanical painting tutorials. They're in depth. If that is something you're interested in, I'll show you a little overview now, and then we can come straight back to the painting. Earlier I mentioned Patreon, which is where I slow everything down and go deeper into botanical painting. Alongside the free outlines, there are 3 membership levels for anyone who'd like more time, detail and guidance with me right here in the studio. Now, Clematis is the core membership tier. This is where I share longer, more considered botanical art tutorials, materials, outlines, reference photograph, in-depth process so that you can create art that you are proud of no matter what level that you're at. And for those who'd like more personal support, my Rose tier includes everything from the other 2 membership levels, along with one-to-one time with me via video call, individual critique, and a video response made just for you. Magnolia is my monthly mini tier. Now this includes shorter, more relaxed lessons, things like quick doodles, small studies, podcasts, and informal explorations that fit easily around your everyday life. Remember that if you're a member of the Clematis and Rose tier, you'll also have full access to everything in the Magnolia tier, so nothing is missed. All of the tutorials across Patreon are suitable for all levels. I teach using a learn to paint as you paint approach, so whether you're just starting out or whether you've been painting for years, you can follow along at your own pace. Patreon is also very easy to use now. Everything is kept in one place. You can use the search bar to quickly find the tutorial or topic that you're looking for without having to scroll endlessly. And if you're planning to stay for a while, do take advantage of the annual membership. My Patreon is about making space for depth, learning, and evolving botanical art practice. If that sounds like something you'd enjoy, we'd love to see you there. Okay, so you can leave and join Patreon at any time. And if you, like I said, you want to take advantage of the annual membership, then we'd love to see you there. So this colour is called Solstice Fern. You can, of course, use any colour that you want to, and I'm going all the way over the leaves in this colour. Notice how light this wash is. I haven't added too much pigment because I want the colour to be soft and floaty and dreamy. Inevitably, I will lose a little bit of the ink detail because you can see it blurring there where I've applied the watercolour over that ink, but it doesn't matter because we can strengthen those lines up later on if we want to, or we can just leave them as they are. So this is Solstice Fern. You could use sap green, you could use a watered down Perulean green, you could use any green you want to, doesn't matter. This is about being creative, it's about making it your own. It's about relaxing into the process and really enjoying slow living, making time for yourself. And if you can do it by a window where the sun is shining through as I am, even better. This colour is called a Rosso Magenta. You could use any bright pink. This isn't from my palette that I'm using here. It was a separate colour, but you could use a watered down red if you wanted to, if you don't want to be too fussy. Straight onto the watercolour paper with this brush, and we're just applying it halfway down this little bud, cleaning my brush and then using that damp brush to blur it into the watercolour paper so that it has a kind of softer, natural looking edge. If you are enjoying this video, you may want to consider subscribing to my channel. We give you, every week, I provide you with a free YouTube video. If you're enjoying this kind of vibe, then you may want to hit the subscribe button, and there's a little bell underneath there. If you hit that bell, you'll be notified by YouTube every time I upload new content and you won't miss out. Remember, if you have any questions, do let me know in the comments section underneath. I reply to every single comment and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Here I'm using a watered down version of Captain's Grey on some of the whiter areas of the plant. In fact, if you're new here, say hi in the comments, I'd love to meet you. This is Solstice Fern, again going over the rest of the leaves now. Straight onto the paper. Carefully applying it next to the pink colour there, making sure that that pink is dry, otherwise that colour is going to just seep into the pink, which is what we don't want. I am making this up at this point. Some of the leaves were added, and this is a bit of yellow going over the top of some of the buds, and I put a little bit on some of the petals as well. I did feel they were looking a little bit flat. You just ended up with a lovely, sweet little botanical illustration, like I said, for your art journal. Such a beautiful thing to keep. I'm going over the rest of this now with a fine liner pen. This one's from Tom Studios. It's a 0.1, so it has a really fine tip. Again, you can use whichever pen you want to. This one gives me a nice bit of detail. I don't want to put too much detail in, but I did feel I needed to outline this painting here and there where I feel that I needed to put some of the lines back in, as I'm doing here. I really like the fine point on this one, but you could use a thicker pen too. And I wanted to add just a few little veins, just here and there randomly, just to give it a little bit more structure. Adding a few veins here and there. I'm making it up, it's not on the reference photo, doesn't matter. All the materials I will list in the description box underneath, so you can go and check them out if you'd like to use the same as me, but like I said, it's not necessary, you can use whatever you want to. And do share them on our Facebook group, we'd love to see them. And we are almost finished with this painting. Just adding a few more details. And here we have the finished painting, and I think you'd agree it looks lovely as part of this journal. It's coming along nicely and I'm really happy with it. This is one that we did last week. I'll pin it on the top of the screen if you want to go and check that one out as well. Thank you for watching.